China, South Korea and Japan pledged to ramp up cooperation on trade as they continue to spar with the United States on the same. And a pledge also from the three countries to resolve tensions on the Korean Peninsula as Pyongyang's threat of a Christmas gift to the U.S. looms. All right, so for more analysis, we're joined by political economist Dr. June Park, who specializes in U.S. foreign economic policy making on China, Japan and South Korea. She studies trade, technology and energy issues with a focus on East Asia. Thank you very much, Dr. June Park, for joining us. So, are we seeing perhaps maybe a thawing of relations between Japan and South Korea this time?
Yes and no, because it was done in a context that is very diplomatic, inclusive of the notion of trilateral cooperation, which has always been on the table even before the spat began. And mind you, the spat between the South Korean, the Moon Jae-in administration and the Abe cabinet in Japan, it's beyond just simple semiconductor parts just for the industry's sake. It's involving a lot of post-World War II historical issues. So we'll have to see how it unfolds.
So several issues are on the table, as you mentioned there, Dr. June, but there appears to be this renewed eagerness to reach a trilateral trade deal. Is it related at all to the ongoing China-US trade war?
I would say so, because from the Chinese perspective, if there could be an effort, a substantial effort toward grouping China, Japan, Korea into an economic bloc, essentially you would be looking at something equivalent to the size of the European Union in terms of GDP total output per year, based on 2017 or 2018 IMF standards. So if you're looking at the kind of trade cooperation in the context of not just investment treaty, trilateral investment treaty, which went into force in 2014, if you're actually looking into a trade bloc, then it could be a severe counterweight toward the U.S. pressures on China in terms of trade.
Dr. June, North Korea, we know, has warned of this possible Christmas gift to the U.S. tomorrow. The question is, if they act on their threat, how does this reshape things in the Korean Peninsula, and how worried should we be about this potential Christmas gift?
So the Christmas gift, if it's belligerent, then it could be on different scales, depending on what kind of firing or test that is conducted. If it's an ICBM test, then that's over the red line, and chances are we would be going back to 2017. So the kind of reaffirmation by the three parties at this meeting in Chengdu, by China and Japan and South Korea, is an attempt to sort of tone down the kind of conflictual level to a level that China and Russia can agree to or suggest, so that the U.S., North Korea don't go into that kind of a state.
All right, thank you very much for your analysis. We've been speaking with Dr. June Park there from Seoul.